Hey everyone, I'm Jake, and in this video I'll be showing you the progress I've made on my breakout roguelike hybrid over the past month. I just wanted to say super quickly that I didn't manage to get as much tangible progress done as I would have liked in the past month, as a lot of my time was spent rewriting and restructuring a lot of back-end systems, but I'm overall still happy with what I've achieved. I started off the month by trying to code a new screen shake system. Up until this point I was creating a screen shake effect by animating the camera and then just calling a random shake in code. It's a pretty similar technique to the one found in Blackthorn Prod's screen shake tutorial. If you're interested in seeing how that was done, I'll leave a link in the description below. With this new screen shake method, I had a lot more control over the different parameters of the shake itself, like the shake power, velocity and rotation, but I didn't really have a visual representation of how the screen shake would look until I was in play mode. So this made testing and tweaking these variables kind of annoying, so I eventually just scrapped that code and reverted back to the animation method. After that, I got stuck into creating a few more temporary power-up game objects. I already had the code written up, but no actual way for the player to collect them in-game. This is done simply enough by just calling a function to do the thing when the power-up collides with the player. So far I had power-ups to increase the speed and the size of the paddle, along with a few heals and health related power-ups. The power-ups working was all good and well, but the player actually had no way to know what power-up they had picked up. So I worked on a little text prompt to instantiate in the center of the screen and then move towards the bottom corner. It didn't take too long at all to implement correctly, so once it was done, I moved on to the next task. One of the things I'd put off creating this whole time was a proper game over menu. Up to this point, when the player died, nothing happened. You'd no longer be able to control the paddle, and the enemies would just continue doing their thing, so I thought it was about time to change that. I created a game over panel containing some of the stats from that current run, including the player's score, how many enemy and boss kills they got, as well as what level they reached and the wave of that level. Once all the UI was complete, I jumped back into Visual Studio and began to hook it all up. The last thing I worked on this month was a bug that I've had in the game for a little while. When the player completes a level, they'll be prompted to purchase one of 3 permanent upgrades. Previously, the player could spam click as many of the 3 upgrades before the next level loaded, and if they had enough points to buy more than one, they were able to do it, which I didn't want. The way I went about fixing this was simple. I created a function that told the game manager when an upgrade had been purchased, and then set a bool which stopped any other button from working. This took me way longer than I would like to admit to get working, but I got there in the end. The UI for the upgrade selection menu is looking pretty ugly so far, and I'd really like to change it soon, as well as give the player the option to continue without purchasing an upgrade if they don't want to. But that's all for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment, and if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate if you could consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.